Hello guys, I would like to persuade students how a distance style learning education is more beneficial and advantageous than a traditional style education. So I want to compare the four-year education and the online education. So the general purpose is to persuade students that an online education is much more beneficial than a traditional style. I chose this topic because more and more students are taking online courses rather than pursuing a traditional style education, and would like to highlight some of the reasons why. Some of the main points I'll be discussing about the students with job, geographical constraints, or other issues are able to benefit from a college education. Even though you won't go in person, you can still benefit from learning and having your flexibility. Hence, jobs. Distant learning tends to reach out to many students that can't afford to go to university, as well as help assist students in underdeveloped countries to connect to others. Online courses provide the students with ample opportunities to be successful in their coursework. A major advantage of distant learning is that learning times can be tailored to students' needs. I would like to discuss how advantageous distant learning can be to someone who has issues with responsibilities. For example, people who work and have full-time jobs cannot make it to certain classes. So the field of online courses can help them get the content quicker and help with their flexibility. And the outcome of that would be that they would be benefited from learning much more clearly, since they have their own time to actually understand the information. I would also like to talk about some sources. The advantage of online learning is that it can provide better time management. For example, instead of delivering information each year to new students, teachers can provide all the course material, such as PowerPoints, lecture material, and supplementary material. The teacher then can update and monitor students via Blackboard. The number one priority for students is to log into Blackboard and make sure they participate, learn the new material. And this wouldn't really be much of a problem for a lot of people, because if it's an online course, you know that you have to be more productive. Since you can be lazy, that would be one of the disadvantages. This is from the Karen Jackson interview of the online learning versus traditional college learning. One student might be more awake and ready to learn in the morning, while others are night owls and consider themselves more productive during the night. This is another advantage of online learning. There are others who prefer to learn through intensive learning, where they find themselves to get all the information in a short amount of time. And this can also be another benefit for people who have jobs. There can be a disadvantage to this for some people. For example, people who want to be interactive with the professor and actually want to engage in activities other than studying on campus. Another advantage of distance learning is technology has a direct correlation with the growth of new forms of media. And as a result, each piece of communication technology is growing. So with this technology growing, we should also use this to learn more about ourselves and how we can manage our time better. People who go on four-year colleges are more separated and more distracted from actually learning the concepts rather than actually pursuing and retrieving information. In conclusion, the advantages of distant learning not only can be seen from a student's perspective through their use of online learning for completing a degree, but it is also seen on a global perspective. Like computers link one another through social interactions on the World Wide Web, educational websites are linking teachers to students through the use of various educational sites to bring not only informational value to areas with poor educational outlets, but to spur communication between all. And I would like to show one visual aid, like a Venn diagram, that shows how online education works with the distant learning. You can see that online education is more virtual and it's self-paced. They're more practice and feedback and progress monitoring, since people are they have more incentive to learn. And over here on the four-year university, there's more negotiator interaction. However, even though there's more interaction on here, I still think online education should be pursued. Thank you.